I remember when I was training early on, and you were getting me to do those chai gurks, hopping, up and down the training hall. And and it was really hard for me because I'm heavier and it was difficult, but you told me it's the difficult things you do that separate you from everyone else.
I understand that not everyone will one day become a martial arts champion.
Yes.
But this may sound cliche, but I do truly want everyone that comes into this school to one day become a champion at life.
Right.
At whatever it is that you choose to do with your life,
Yes.
you become a champion of it, because the life skills that you're learning here,
Yes.
they're hard to find. And I can say this as, the SiFu, the teacher here, but also I can say it as a parent, because I see where I take my own children for their extracurricular activities. And I see the people coaching them and teaching them. There's no passion. When you say to someone, try your best, you really want to try and push them a little bit further, because let's say if you're a parent, you know your child better than anyone, and just see how far they're willing to go.
Yeah.
But the next part is crucial. Once you reach that level, then that becomes your average. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Wing Chun by Design podcast. Today it's episode 24. And once again, I've got Stefan with me. Hi Stefan, how are you?
Hi SiFu.
So today is a great one. Today, the topic is just try your best. Okay, so that's something that we hear many times, especially when you're a parent and you take your kids to school and to sometimes sporting activities, and you hear the parents say to their kids, just try your best.
Yep.
Okay? And here at the academy, many times we also want our younger students to try their best. But what is your best?
Yeah.
Right? How far are you willing to go before you quit, before you stop, before you take a break, before you have some water? Because we're not born with a manual, right? We don't know how many, let's say in terms of exercise, how many push-ups you can do when you're a 7-year-old. Okay? Maybe you come from a household where everyone is active and sporty, and that 7-year-old can do 25 push-ups. Maybe you come from a household where there's not much physical activity, and the 7-year-old can do 2, or maybe not even 1.
Yeah.
So if you put these two 7-year-olds side by side and you just say to them both, just try your best. Well, maybe the one that can only do 2 will do 2 and stop, because he or she will say, well, that's my best.
Yep.
And that's fair enough. But can they do more? That's a question. Are they capable of pushing and going through the discomfort and reaching a newer goal, like a new benchmark, a new max? I want to give everyone an example with my oldest son, David. When he was growing up and he was already doing his martial arts training with me, we had a sporting event where at his school, and it was a cross country. So he is running, and before that day, I would always set a benchmark for him. I would always say, okay, son, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to say, give it your best on that first lap, but don't stop. All right? Let's say, I would say, don't stop. Whatever you do, you can walk, you can run, but don't stop. And that's what I would usually say to him. And on this given day, I said to him, son, because he didn't really like the long distance running, and I said to him, son, look, today, all I want you to do is just try your best.
Yeah.
And I left it at that. So the race began, every kid took off, and after 20 minutes, he stopped.
Right.
And then, or not 20 minutes, after 20 meters, he stopped.
Yeah.
And then he started talking with a friend,
Right.
and then he would jog a little bit more and stop.
Right.
And I said, well, I saw it with my own two eyes, how different it was, where before he had at least a goal. Okay, 1 lap, no stopping, I can walk, I can jog, I can run, but I won't stop. On this one, it was all up to him.
Yeah.
And like everyone, we feel pain, we feel discomfort, we feel tired. And when you're a little boy, then they may see it like, well, what's the point? I might as well just stop.
Yeah.
And I remember running up to him and I said, son, come on, I know you can do better than this. I've seen you do better than this. Why don't you just complete the lap without stopping?
Right.
And then, boop, he did the switch in his mind and he kept on going. So after teaching children for decades now and teaching thousands of kids, I can kind of see how far I can push a child, of course without hurting them, but knowing that I can bring the best out of them.
Yeah.
Because I have the experience and I've seen it with my own two eyes, how I can take a child from where they are
Yeah.
to where they aspire to be.
Right.
Right? Or where the parent, wants me to help them with their physicality, to getting them strong and fit and everything. But as you all know, everything starts with the mindset.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I try to work the most with the children is just building a strong mindset. Just knowing that, you can take incremental steps, right? One at a time, and that goes a long way. Like we've discussed in past episodes where if you just do 20 reps of your push-ups on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, at the end of the year, you would complete it roughly 5,000 push-ups in a year. And if you do that, you are already at another level. So then your best becomes something new, something that you're not used to. And your best is almost like an unattainable goal for your peer if you're a 7-year-old little boy or girl. Would you agree?
No, I agree. I think a lot of kids, in my experience, if you set a goal for them, they'll rise to it.
Yes.
As long as you support them, you show them how to do it. Once they see, oh, I passed what I thought was my best, they get motivated, more confident, and they just keep getting better.
Yes.
So it's just, sometimes I think people just use that do your best as a throwaway line.
Yes.
And it's very ambiguous. You don't know, the child doesn't know, oh, well, I'm getting puffed now, that was my best effort. So what you're saying is right, like you need goals, structure, those things are important to a child. So, and they thrive. Like I've had the same experience with my students in terms of the basic things like push-ups and running. Set them a goal and you'll see every class they're ready to come and try truly try to push past what was their limit before.
And it's the environment.
Yeah.
You have the person that's leading the way, in this case, you, me here, right? We're showing them, we're encouraging them, we're being an example, but also the environment that is happening is conducive to the goal, to the outcome.
Yeah.
And that is super important because the child or teenager feel that I can do it.
Yeah.
It is possible.
And I'm supported.
And and if I fail, which to me, it's just feedback. It's just, look, that's part of the learning process.
Yeah.
You get back up and you keep on going.
Yeah. And what you said before about you have the child that's in from an active environment and child that's from an inactive environment. The thing is here, or in my class, it's an active environment.
Right.
These are the values these are the things we value.
Exactly.
Right. So when you know that, like, and you want to be a part of that, the child will rise to trying to do, doing their best, because that's what's valued in this place.
And the thing is, see, I understand that here, for example, my students, I understand that not everyone will one day become a martial arts champion.
Yes.
But this may sound cliche, but I do truly want everyone that comes into this school to one day become a champion at life.
Right.
At whatever it is that you choose to do with your life,
Yes.
you become a champion of it, because the life skills that you're learning here,
Yes.
they're hard to find. And I can say this as, the SiFu, the teacher here, but also I can say it as a parent, because I see where I take my own children for their extracurricular activities. And I see the people coaching them and teaching them. There's no passion.
Yeah.
Just do this, kick the ball, do that, this and that. It's like they're doing it because who knows what motivates them to be there at that given time.
But it's a missed opportunity, because I think athletics, sports, martial arts, it's all of the life skills in action. It's
Absolutely.
It's not words.
I mean,
right? And children, that's what they respond to, because they're living it. If you play team sport or individual sport, or, you setting goals, working together, working with a training partner, working in a team is happening it's a part of your whole existence in terms of that time, and it's reality. So all those values that we value in society, in whatever you pursue, that's coming out in all of these things that they do. And the coach is responsible to cultivate that and to...
See, with the life skills that I teach the children here at the academy, those are elements that you need in any life endeavor if you want to be successful. See, life, the way I see it, is a race. It's a competition, and I know people may not agree with me, but hear me out. You leave school, you want to go to uni. How many thousands of students are applying for the same course that you want to get into?
Yeah.
So if there's 3,000 people and there are only 78 openings, are you telling me that's not a competition to get in? Then once you leave, you want to go and find the ideal job. Aren't there more candidates for the same position?
And are you going to settle for something less?
Exactly. Are you going to settle for something less? If they close a door on you, what are you going to do next? Are you going to go home, run to mum and dad and say, it didn't work out, I'm just going to eat cereals, watching TV?
Yeah.
Or are you going to get back up and say, hang on?
Or if the uni you want to get into, that's the uni the mentality to say, that's what I'm getting into. I don't want to be one of 75. I want to be the number one candidate.
Right? And with work. All right, let's say you are already working, whatever it is. You're a carpenter, you're a builder, you're a mechanic, you're a doctor, you're a dentist. And you want to get a contract to, whatever. Mm-hmm. Fix a fleet of cars for this company. Again, there's always someone that wants what you want.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Are you just going to wait and see, or are you going to go for it?
Yeah.
Are you going to fail, right, moving forward with your life? Is there ever going to be a situation where you fail? Guaranteed, 100%. Mm-hmm. But what do you do next? See, everyone, not just a child, but in general, as adults, when we fail, when we fall, you know what? 99% of people will stand back up. The question you should ask is, how long will you stay on the floor before you get up?
Right.
That's the key to success or failure.
Yeah.
Am I going to stay down and get back up, bounce back up and analyze, okay, what did I do here? How can I improve? What was wrong about this? How can I become better at it? And this and that. Boom, you move on, you progress, you evolve, you get better, you get it next time.
Right.
Or are you just going to sit and cry about it and blame everyone else?
Yep.
And not take responsibility and stay there and be stuck? And then that becomes
Your reality.
your reality.
Yep.
So, well, as you can see, maybe my physiology changed a little bit. Like I was really pumped about that because, I truly believe that we can all do better.
Yeah.
I truly believe that life is all about growth.
Yeah.
Okay? When you say to someone, try your best, you really want to try and push them a little bit further because let's say if you're a parent, you know your child better than anyone and just see how far they're willing to go.
Yeah.
But the next part is crucial. Once you reach that level, then that becomes your average.
And how do you push on from there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can say, have you heard someone say, oh, when I was in high school and, we used to do this or we used to do that. Or someone would say in business, oh, yeah, I used to own this and I did that. And what happened now? Like, where are you now? Life is all about growth and it's about finding that new phase.
And I think that's why the environment's important.
Absolutely.
Because if your peers push you along, not that you're being competitive or anything, but having people that are wanting to achieve the similar goals will help you as well.
Exactly.
You need that,
And I know we're kind of like talking a lot about physical activity because I find it's an easy way to illustrate the point and use these as an example. But this also goes into academics and
art, music,
reading. Do you read 2 pages and then just put the book down and do something else?
Right.
Or do you have the discipline to say, okay, Mum said 3 chapters today and it's 3 chapters, but then be in it, not just reading and not have it sink in.
Yeah.
So definitely this applies to everything.
I remember when I was training early on and you were getting me to do those chai gurks, hopping, up and down the training hall. And and it was really hard for me because I'm heavier and it was difficult, but you told me it's the difficult things you do that separate you from everyone else.
Absolutely,
and
100%.
That stuck with me, even in my teaching career. It's such a true statement. It's those really difficult things that 99% of people aren't willing to do that move you forward.
100%. Yep. And that's why I always tell, students, just practice at home, even if it's just 5 minutes, because those 5 minutes add up and they, start as something small, but then they become something big because it's all about discipline.
Yeah.
Right? And taking, like the Chinese proverb, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
Right.
And that's it. You have to take that first step and then, see what that leads you to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I know it's one that I will have my children listen to more than once because I think there were a few gold nuggets in this one. And Stefan, thank you again for joining me.
Thanks, SiFu.
Guys, we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you. Bye. Okay, guys, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button, share it with a friend. And guys, don't forget to check out some of my other videos. There's plenty of material there to keep you busy training and taking your Wing Chun to the next level. If you haven't already, check out my online academy. It's umauniversity.com.au. There's a free introductory applied Wing Chun course you can check out and learn from those videos as well. Having said that, I'll see you in the next one.